Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Anna's Quest. Let's continue. It's a little weird now to say we're back to Anna's Quest because we're not really doing Anna's Quest right now. We're doing Winifred's Quest in a flashback, which is seems like it's going to be most of this final puzzle. We have a lot of things to look around and deal with here.
That's Hans' most prized possession. A certificate for first place in a science youth fair. It was his first award for science ever. A silly thing for kids in the village, but still, I'm super proud of him. It'll be the first of many, I'm sure. You kidding me? That's like the treehouse treasure. It's not going anywhere.
We have dry ice, we'll need a glove to pick it up.
So this is that dry ice stuff Hans was talking about. I wonder if it will really make as much fog when added to water as he says it will.
Tools.
A few pretty old tools Hans scavenged from the village. They'll do the job. Nah, I think Hans needs them more than I do. That thing looks particularly complicated.
So this is the device that we saw at the very beginning of the game, so I don't think Winifred ever actually learned much science.
Part of the machine Hans is working on to copy the old guy's telekinesis. It's the brain, scanning, reading thing. Like Hans was saying, things would be easier if we could just find him and get him to share his ability with us. It's part of the machine Hans is working on to copy the old guy's telekinesis. I guess this part has something to do with receiving and calculating what the headgear scans. Things would be easier if we could just find him and get him to share his ability with us. These are just different chemicals we keep around for various experiments. It's third eye spell making time, so no experiments today.
We need to also make a third eye spell. So there's a couple things we're trying to do.
Ah, yes. Well, looks to me like the gas from that thing is becoming a liquid in that thing. And that thing is... who am I kidding? Hans is always one step ahead in learning all of this stuff. These look like diagrams for Hans' machine. I can actually kind of follow this. After all the time I've spent watching him tinker with these things, it's not too surprising, I guess.
So let's look at the books.
Hans manages to find bunches of new ones every week from the village. I try and keep up with him, but geez, he can read books way bigger than I can. Let's see. Hans' books are pretty complex. Usually I can find a good one, though. There's Euclidean works in space and number theory, Charles Babbage and the Turing equivalent. Yeah. Oh, this must be the biology book Hans mentioned. Biology for Beginners.
So some of those books, I believe, ended up in the witch's tower. Interesting. We have the baby dragon.
This little fellow always comes and keeps us company at the hideout. Hard for me and Hans. He's the only other one that knows where it is. So no telling, got it? Ah, he looks hungry. I better find something for him to eat first. He doesn't like being handled too much when he's hungry. Do you? No, you don't.
So let's
Who
try.
knows what Hans is doing with this experiment here? Best not to touch. It's
Take
good where it
this.
is.
And I guess interacting with the headgear.
Hans is working on it, and I don't think he needs my help just yet. Hans is working on it, and I don't think he needs my help just yet.
So I've now exhausted everything except for looking out the window. What can I do with the bees? Chalk in the beehive.
I'm not sure what good that would do.
Maybe use the basic biology book with the beehive?
I'm not sure what good that would do.
How about this then? Let's just look at the book.
According to Hans, I should be able to make colored dyes from plants and stuff. Oh, the blue cornflower. I'm sure I've seen this somewhere. It's perfect. It says, the cornflower is oft worn by young men in love, as symbol of their affections. Where did I see it? Just some plain old white crumbly chalk. The more of this I sneak from Mother, the less lines I have to write in detention. I don't want to get stung. I'm not putting my hand any closer when they're crazy like that. Darn bees, trying to move into our treehouse. You're not welcome here.
So if I could make fog with the fogging machine, maybe I could also smoke them out. So I still can't go down the path.
Oh, that path leads to the lake, where Yorinda says she saw the amber orb. I'm tempted to go see if it is really there, but we'll see how Hans' incantation idea goes first.
So we won't even go towards that path until we've done everything else. So here's Jacob with the flower that is worn by people who are in love. Here's the grapes that are purple that would potentially give us purple. So we have purple, blue, and white already for the dyes, if we can just get these two pieces.
Hey, Jacob.
What now, Winnie?
What's the deal with the flower? Is this some kind of fashion thing, or...
It's nothing. Yeah, sure. Fashion. That's exactly what it is.
Really? Because I don't know. It looks kind of ridiculous.
Like you'd know anything about fashion.
If that's fashion, then I'm glad I don't. I think I know the real reason you have that flower on. Something about, oh, a symbol of affection?
What? I mean, no. No?
I wonder who you might be showing affection to then.
Winnie. Shh.
Well, tell you what, give me some of those flowers and I'll keep as quiet as you want.
But I've tried everything else. This is the last thing I have to show my love.
Yuck. Well, what else did you try then?
Everything. I've passed on so many messages to her in class. But alas, my poetry has fallen on deaf ears. My words yet to be consumed. My love as yet unrequited.
All right, enough. That does seem odd, though. Yannicka isn't the type to just ignore someone completely. Forget it.
So I bet Wilhelm here is intercepting the messages.
Wilhelm, I need to ask you something.
Sup, Win?
You seem to be struggling a bit there, huh?
Yeah, well, you seem to be struggling with spells, so there.
Wow, harsh words. I just mean, aren't you getting a headache?
It's called practice, Winnie. Haven't you heard of no pain, no gain?
Wilhelm, without some kind of helmet, all you'll gain is brain damage.
Wait, you saying you have a helmet? I'll let you use my yo-yo if you do.
Huh? But wait, if you give me the yo-yo, then you won't need a... That is to say, sure. I'll keep a lookout for you, okay?
Cool.
So he wants a helmet.
Can I have a go?
No. I don't want girl germs on my yo-yo, Winnie.
Whatever. I saw you let Yannicka use it before.
Yeah, well, Yannicka isn't a girl. She's a lady.
Jeez. Give me a break. Guess I'll leave it to you then.
Good. You were ruining my concentration anyway.
So these really young kids' interactions might get a little annoying if we're not careful here.
Hey, Yannicka.
Hi, Winnie. What can I help you with?
So, I heard you know how to make candles.
Oh, yes. I wrote an essay for Mother on it last semester.
Of course you did. Do you think you could tell me how to make them, maybe?
What was that, Winnie?
Can you tell me how to make some dumb candles? Or not, whatever. I don't care.
Oh, sure thing. I'd be happy to. Well, really, all you need is some wax, either paraffin or beeswax or something like that.
Hold on. Aren't the crayons from school made from paraffin? I kind of fed them to the baby dragon. I don't know. He seemed to like them.
Aw, how cute. Well, if you do happen to find some wax, then you just mold the wax around a wick and you're done. Wicks can be anything. A piece of string or rope or something like that. Then you can just dip them into various dyes to change the candle's color if you want to.
Uh-huh. Wax, wick, dyes. Easy. Thanks. Thanks for nothing.
Anytime, Winnie. I'm glad I could help.
Scared about the Wanderer's test?
Well, I suppose I am a little nervous.
Ha! Knew it! I'm not. I have a secret plan.
Oh, it's not your ghoul spell again, is it, Winnie? Mother said you shouldn't use it because it drains too much energy from people, and...
It's not the stupid ghoul's spell.
Oh, well, that's good. I think I'll be okay, though. Mother helped me find my familiar spirit. She says it will protect me and help me.
Familiar spirit?
Yeah. Mother says the spirits are like an extension of us. Separate, but always linked. You want to know what mine is? It's a bear.
Right. A bear spirit to help you.
You should find yours, Winnie. I'll help you if you like.
No. I think I'll be all right without a pet ghost. Thanks. Say, Yannicka, you haven't seen any letters around in class, have you?
Huh? Letters? I don't think so, no. I'm not sure Mother would approve of notes being handed around in class, though.
Typical. That's interesting, though. That means you haven't even seen them.
Seen what?
Never mind. I'm leaving.
Oh, okay, Winnie. See you later, then.
So it's either Wilhelm, Joringel, or Jorinde that's intercepting the letters. We'll talk to Joringel. We need his grapes. I don't know what I can
How's it
trade
going,
with him.
Joringel?
Huh? You never talk to me. What do you want from me?
Let's start this way.
Joringel, you dummy. Of course someone cares about you. If you weren't so busy scowling at everyone, you might actually notice her glancing at you.
What do you mean? Who? No one's glancing at me. When did they glance at me?
Like, all the time. Constantly.
I don't believe you. You're just trying to trick me.
Geez, you boys are hopeless.
I don't care. There's only one person I want to look at me anyway.
Oh?
I mean... dang it. You better not tease me about it, Winnie.
Why don't you go tell this person then?
It's not easy, you know. I don't know good words to say is all.
You don't know good words.
I never know what to say to her. I get all twisted with my tongue. You better not tell anyone, Winnie.
All right, I won't.
So this is gonna turn into one of those classic gags where this guy is gonna write the love letter for this guy to tell her, and in the end these two are gonna end up together.
Hold on, I do need those berries. Hans said berries can be used for dye. It could be purple dye.
Ha! I knew it! I told you you were just tricking me!
No, you don't understand. See, me and Hans...
You can't have any! Not one!
But Joringel, you've got plenty left.
Oh, so you're gonna call me greedy now, is that it?
No, it's just... Don't you think you've kind of had your fill already?
Oh, so now you're going to say I'm fat?
No! Jeez, I can't win with you. I'll leave you alone then. You happy now?
Very! They're my berries. My berries.
So maybe Jorinde is intercepting the letters?
Hey there, Jorinda. Oh well. See you, Jorinda.
Let's go back and look in people's desks. So this is where two
That's
sit.
Jacob and precious little Yannicka's desk. Of course, she's front of the class. And of course, Jacob followed her there.
Who's Jacob? Which one was Jacob? There's a Wilhelm, there's Jorindel, and...
Jacob is so messy. What a grub. Yannicka, on the other hand, typically perfect and neat. What a suck-up. Geez, these guys are a couple of neat freaks. Everything's so tidy. It's only a bunch of neatly stacked books. So tempting to mess it all up. I wouldn't do that to Yorinda or Hans, though. Right. Love letter, love letter. Should be in here somewhere. It's all just rubbish. Wait, huh? Is this it? Haha, it is! What a dork. He wrote it on a napkin of all things. If Yannicka didn't know to look for it, she probably just figured it was rubbish. It says, "To my dearest buttercup, the brightest of diamonds. Roses are red, violets are blue. I like you, do you like me too? Signed, Jacob." Wow. Never have more heartfelt words been put to paper.
So she won't let me have the key. Can I take the billows? Yes. Can I take
Unless
the
Mother
duster?
makes me, I'm not touching that wretched thing.
Can I take the chalk?
I got enough. Any more and Mother will get suspicious.
Let's go this way. So I could do two things here. I could either take this to her or to her.
The so-called love letter Jacob wrote for Yannicka. On a napkin of all things, it says, "To my dearest buttercup, the brightest of diamonds. Roses are red, violets are blue. I like you, do you like me too? Signed, Jacob." Wow. Never have more heartfelt words been put to paper.
Let's put this in the hands of Joringel. So Joringel, Wilhelm, and oh, he's Jacob. Wait a minute, I'm confused. All these weird names, most of which starting with J, is making it difficult here. Was this the ghost? This had to have been the ghost. Yes, so it is these two that we saw at the very beginning of the game. Yeah, alright, so getting them together is the right move.
Trade you this for some berries?
No! You're just trying to trick me. I'm not falling for that.
Let's give it to Jonathan.
Maybe Jacob won't be too impressed by that. Better show it to him first. Hey, lover boy.
Winnie,
Settle down. I have good news for you. Kind of. Your so-called poetry wasn't ignored. It just looked like rubbish.
you mean Yannicka hasn't even read it yet? But of course. It all makes sense now. My words of pure, raw feeling. She couldn't possibly have read them without any emotional reaction.
Oh, I'm sure they'll get a reaction, all right. Maybe not the one you're after, though.
Here. I have no need for this nonsensical symbol when I have poetry on my side. But, Winnie, could you do me the favor of passing on my letter to Yannicka? A true poet should never show his own hand to the...
Yes, yes. Please just... Enough already with the drama. Wow. Whatever could this be? I seem to have found it lying around. Could this be for you, Yannicka?
Ooh, for me? This is so thoughtful. This is just what I wanted to see.
Really? Oh, be still, my beating heart. The moment has come for my majestic words to...
Thanks a heap, Winnie. That feels better.
Oh no! Don't mention it, Yannicka. My pleasure.
Poor Jacob. Poor Jacob. Let's try and console him.
I think I've given him enough trouble for one day. These two brothers, all they care about is looking cool and impressing Yannicka. This one's playing the I'm too cool to care angle. He's been trying for years and she still doesn't get it.
So Wilhelm and Jacob. I don't think they've shown up yet in the story. So, let's talk to Ringo.
How's it going, Yoringle?
Huh? You never talk to me. What do you want from me?
I'll leave you alone then. You happy now?
Berry. They're my berries. My berries.
So, what if I took this flower and gave it to you, Ringo?
All right, Yoringle. You want to show your affections to someone, right?
No. Well, yes.
And you don't know how to express it in words, right?
So what if I don't?
Well, these flowers are special in that they express your affection for you. You don't have to say a word. Think of it like a sign that says, "Hey, I like you."
Really? This isn't a trick, is it? This is some kind of trick, Winnie.
For crying out loud, do you want to have this or not?
Give me it. Please. Please give me one.
So, you going to put it on, or?
Yeah, of course. I just... Go away. You're making me nervous.
All right, lover boy. Jeez, so grateful.
Weird. While we're over here, we'll use the bellows with the dry ice to get some foam and smoke out the thing. The
Now it's
beehive.
all filled with gas from the dry ice.
I've been all over the map trying to figure out which character is who and how this all relates to the present day. There's just two extra characters really. If it was just the sister and the Yorinde and Yoringle and then Hans, I could keep it straight in my head, but there's so many other characters in the present time too, like the fox. For a while I thought Yoringle was the fox, and I'm like, no, that's not the right name. It's also, they're all these J names. It's far too many J names. There we go. And I can't do anything else. Let's go ahead and put the chalk, give it to Hans.
I'm not sure, but would this work for a white candle?
Chalk? Yeah. Yeah, that should do nicely. Let's see then. That means we still need something to make candles out of, something to make the wicks out of for the candles, something to make blue dye, something to make purple dye, to somehow steal Mrs. Vogt's spell book. And then that should do it.
Still so much left.
Don't worry, Winnie. You're doing well. You can do it.
It is quite a lot.
I'm not doing anything to Hans' stuff. That all means a
Oops.
lot to me because it means a lot to him. Here for the blue dye. Will this be all right?
Let's see then. That means we still need something to make candles out of, something to make the wicks out of for the candles, something to make purple dye, to somehow steal Mrs. Vogt's spell book. And then that should do it.
All right, we're getting there now.
Leave the treehouse through this doorway, which is in the wrong place, because I could see a lot of players not realizing that that's where it should go. Fortunately, you can middle click to find it. Grab the beehive. Can we get beeswax out
Beeswax
of
is
it?
mine. Time to get this to Hans for the candle making.
So back to the play yard. There's the lunchbox. We'll just grab what we want.
Nah, I'm done with that for now. Nah, I'm done with that for now.
So we're looking for a helmet now. And let's go talk
What's
to
he
these
even
three.
doing? I guess eventually someone will say something. Maybe. I think I'll leave him now to his, expression of affection. I wouldn't want to interrupt her gushing over Yoringle. Yeah, she's all right. She hasn't talked since the incident at the lake. Too bad some of the boys around here haven't had the same problem.
Let's see. Helmet. The next thing we're looking for is a helmet. Let's see if we can get the teapot.
And drink leaf water? No, thank you. I don't need anything from Yannicka. Mother can keep it.
Let's open the heater. Maybe there's something we can do with that. Coal.
But Mother doesn't know, can't hurt her.
What don't I know about?
Oh, nothing, Mother. I mean, Mrs. Vogt.
Right. Please don't do anything reckless with the heater, Winfrieda.
Who, me? Never.
So what's the coal gonna
I
be
love
good
this stuff.
for?
You can start fires with it, and write with it, and start fires with it. Like everything else, though, Mother doesn't like me taking it. Surprise, surprise. Mother's spell book. The spell book. I've had a peek in it before, and oh boy, sure makes class spells look like child's play.
That's because the class spells are child's play. You're children, after all.
Let's talk to Mrs. Voigt.
Hey, Mother.
Winfrieda, please. I'm busy.
That's my mother. Or Mrs. Vogt, as she likes to be called. She runs the school for witchcraft here. Unfortunately.
So, coal and tea?
That stuff is gross enough without adding anything to it.
And berries and tea?
That stuff is gross enough without adding anything to it.
And the coal with the key?
I don't think I'm getting the key with that.
Maybe I can
The
use
windows
the
are just
window?
for opening and closing. No need for anything else.
Leave it shut, please, Winfrieda. It's already chilly in here.
Dang it.
So if I could start the heater? Oh, I know. I'll go feed it the coal to the baby dragon like I did in the 3rd chapter. And then that'll get him flaming. And then I can start a fire in there, open the windows, take the key, go in the shed. I figured it out. Alright, let's give the beeswax to Hans.
Hey, have a look at this, Hans. Beeswax. Yannicka said we can use this for candle making.
Oh, great. I hope you didn't hurt yourself getting it down.
Nope. I'm way too super clever for that.
Well, I only need the wax inside. Do you mind taking the husk for me? That means we just need a wick to make the candles now. Nice work, Winnie. Let's see then. That means we still need something to make the wicks out of for the candles. Something to make purple dye to somehow steal Mrs. Vogt's spell book. And then that should do it.
Getting closer. We might actually be able to do this, Hans.
We will. That's the spirit, Winnie.
So we'll go ahead and give the coal to the baby dragon.
Oh, excuse you.
Now I can
All
pick
right.
them
Time to get rid of that fiery breath before you get a bellyache.
Winnie, don't take him away for too long. You know the red dragon gets agitated when the baby's away from her.
I know, I know. Jeez, you sound like Mother.
Hey, sorry. Just careful with the little guy, okay?
up. So there is a weirdness about how old the baby dragon actually is. Because it seems like it's 30, 40 years old and it's still considered a baby.
Hans, I think I got something good for purple dye.
Definitely. This is great, Winnie. Let's see then. That means we still need something to make the wicks out of for the candles. To somehow steal Mrs. Vogt's spell book. And then that should do it.
Just two more, and then we're done.
So it seems like, yeah, we're gonna get this probably done in the next recording. That's gonna be it for this recording. I don't know how this whole story is gonna wrap up, because it seems like we're doing quite a lot of puzzle just to realize that Hans accidentally died, and Winfrieda is not actually a murderer, and I pretty much figured that out almost instantly as soon as we got into the flashback. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.